It's the morning after Wilder versus Breazeale. Started super late here in the UK. Started around 4 in the morning or something like that. But I stayed up for the fight. And man, sometimes you stay up for a fight, see if you can, okay, let's see a good fight. I didn't think the fight finished that early. I had Wilder winning. I was talking to a friend of mine. He said, "Oh, I see you going more than 7." And I said to him, "Are you crazy? Are you crazy? The fight is not going to go more than 5 rounds." But I didn't expect it to finish the first round. Breazeale did exactly what he normally does. He didn't change. One thing I was saying, not social media, follow my Twitter, Kings_A1, was that if Breazeale comes into this fight and he does the same things always done, he's gonna get smothered. For some reason, I had this weird feeling inside that Breazeale might just pull out a random punch and catch him while Wilder like in a flurry, but he did do that, but it just didn't really hurt Wilder. Sorry. Wilder hit him with his trademark 1-2 and just flatlined Breazeale. Breazeale managed to get up like at 11 seconds or whatnot, but his legs were completely gone. I think he came out afterwards and said something along the lines of, "I think I'll stop too early. He can stop." Okay. Deontay said a couple of years ago, "Oh, I was dehydrated." This is what happens when you're in a ring with somebody who you don't deserve to be in the ring with and you're not on their level. This is what happens. You get flatlined. You got people like even Bermain Stevan 2 years ago or whatever. He didn't deserve to be in the same ring as Wilder. Not just because he's not a good fighter at that point. He was overweight. He just wasn't a fighter anymore. Just wasn't a good fighter. He don't deserve to be in the ring of a champion. Because when you're in the ring of a champion, they come and flatline you. It was a decent performance from Wilder. A lot of people. One thing I didn't want to do was get too caught up in the hype. Once you see a fight and the fight is over and you're sitting down and you watch it and you're like, "Oh my god, you're all hyped up." I used to be that guy. And first I watched boxing, so hype after watching a knockout and be like, "Yeah, they're the best fight in the world." But then you got to sit down and go, relax. Because on social media today, and it became a whole thing of, "Oh, Wilder will flatline everyone. He'll flatline Joshua. He'll flatline you, Fury, they can fall again. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe he will. I don't know." The fight was 138 seconds. We didn't see a lot. Wilder threw a body punch. Wilder displayed Wilder is not as bad as people make him out to be at all. And people that love to say the line, "Wilder's very unorthodox." Wilder's not that unorthodox. Wilder doesn't do, especially nowadays, Wilder doesn't do things that it's like, "Oh, why are you doing that for? Why are you doing that for?" Wilder is improving slowly as a boxer. He moves his head. Just the way he moves and pivots now is just a bit better. He's not as unorthodox. Like if I was to ask you, Ryan, what does he do today that is so unorthodox? Like, what are you going to tell me? He's not that unorthodox as a fighter. I think that's just what's labelled of him, how he used to fight and how he used to go wild up knocking somebody out, or he also does it, but that's the only time you ever see him out or do something wild when someone's hurt, he rushes in and starts throwing. That's the only time you ever see him do something that's like, well, that's weird. But other than that, he's not just crazy off of the fire. He got a good jab. He's starting to go to the body more, and he throws these weird hooks to the body. I don't know if that's the best thing she'll be doing, because no, it's good to go to the body, but the way he does it, he sort of leaves his head right open and he throws these weird hooks and he stands right in front of him, and if someone's able to sort of get out of the way by like an inch and clip, he can get clipped. Wilder's quick. The guy's very quick. I just want to. He's very quick. That 1-2 was quick. It was just fast. Breazeale, his guard was horrendous. I've always said that his guard was horrendous. He just stood there and before that he hurt. Breazeale got hurt before he got actually knocked out, and Wilder just threw a 1-2 right through his guard, and I was like, "Bro, you're fighting the hardest punch in the heavyweight division. Possibly, I don't care anyone tells me, possibly one of the hardest punches in heavyweight history in Deontay Wilder, because Wilder's knocking people out one punch. It's not like a combination of punches or he hurts them with one and he goes in. This guy is literally knocking people out with a punch. And AJ is my favorite fighter. I'm not trying not to be biased towards him or anything, but AJ is my favorite fighter or whatnot. But AJ's not knocking people out. I think the only time AJ actually knocked somebody out with one punch was that guy. I forgot his name. It started with R and last time started with Z. I can't pronounce it. I think it was Raphael or something. Something like that. AJ doesn't really knock people out with one punch. White does it. He's been doing it recently with like Tishora and Lucas Brown. But yeah, it was a good fight. It was good while it lasted. While did what was expected of him. This is what he's expected to do. I try not to get too caught up and hyped up in the fight. Why did little good things in the fight, like what when Breazeale threw some punches. But on before when someone threw a punch him, he sort of just jump out of range a bit. And now he actually stood there. He got underneath the shot. Wilder just looked more better, looked a lot more composed in this fight. He looked very good. He did what he needed to do going forward. I just want to see Joshua fight next. I'm going to make some videos in a second about this whole thing of comparing performances. Comparing performances don't make sense. I'm going to make a video on that. It should be up right after this video. And I'm going to talk about White and Deontay Wilder. Because a lot of people offer this fight just giving White zero chance against Wilder, which I think is ridiculous. White has a lot to him. Do I think if I had to bet, I probably lean more towards Wilder, but White is not going to be an easy fight, and it's very possible White could get him, but that could have been talking about in 12. Don't forget, follow me in 12, be down below as well. Good point from Wilder. What we had to do? He was talking. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, Luis Ortiz actually got in the ring afterwards. Which just shows me that this whole thing that he's talking about over that, this whole thing that Fury was talking about, and Team Joshua was saying that Ortiz is fighting Wilder next has now come true, because why else would they allow him to come in the ring? Why did they even really acknowledge Ortiz in the ring? He's just doing his own thing, but Ortiz can in the ring, so it's most likely we're gonna get Wilder and Ortiz next, which is a bit frustrating because Wilder and Joshua are I knew they were gonna fight this year, but I hope their fights stay in close proximity in terms of time, because like White is fighting in July. Then Wilder's probably gonna end up fighting September, October. Oh wait, that's too early. I'm bugging. Wilder might fight like November-ish. I know that's too quick of a turnaround for White, or White be able to just fight that soon. But I like the fact that Wilder fights, Wilder and AJ fights seem to always be sort of around the same time period, because that means that one guy they have around similar layoff times. Not one guy was out for 9 months, another guy was out for 6 months. If that makes sense. But yeah, good fight. Breazeale got like some like Breazeale, I fear for him, because when he's took so much headshots. I don't want to see fighters with their head and punch drunk and slur in speech and bad memory in the older, but Breazeale's man, damn. Anyway, there was suspension after the fight. Wilder wasn't on that whole murder charge shit. He was more on this whole 2 men fighting out their issues and respecting each other type of stuff. So yeah, good win for Deontay Wilder. Thanks for watching this video. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Subscribe.